Okay, good morning again. Welcome to the Fair Housing Commission. My name is Rosemary Brannigan. I supervise the Fair Housing Commission. Today, we also have Belinda Holguin and Mike Fontaine, who are members of the Fair Housing staff. We also have commissioners who we will introduce you to in a little bit. Before we start this hearing, we have a few things to remind you about before we move forward. Okay. So the first thing you should know is that you are being recorded. So everything you say or do is going to be part of the recorded record. So please be mindful of what you're saying and what you're doing on the camera. Okay. And by remaining on this video, you are consenting to being recorded. Also, starting this morning at around 10 o'clock, the commissioners did meet and they did review all of the documents and the complaint and some of the information that you have sent over. All right. Also today, everyone will have a chance to submit documents and to give testimony. The commissioners have reviewed the documents. They may ask for additional documents, but if you have other documents that you would like to offer, please let the commissioners know, and then they'll determine if they're relevant to this matter. During the hearing today, at some point, the commissioners will ask you to go back into the breakout room. When you go back into the breakout room, it doesn't mean the hearing is over. It just means that you're discussing the case, discussing the evidence. So when you're in a breakout room, never leave. The hearing will be over when the commissioners tell you that everyone is dismissed. Okay. Now, somebody has a TV going on in the background. Whoever's got that,
I'm sorry.
yeah, you're gonna have to turn that off because it's very noisy and disruptive, okay? Okay, so at this point, I'm going to turn you over to Belinda Holguin, and Belinda Holguin is going to swear everyone in, and then we're going to start the hearing. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Fair Housing Commission. This is the matter of Shawana Harrison versus Diane Gray, Samuel L. Cooper Jr., and Tamika Neely Farmbreed. The Fair Housing docket number is 2024-12-27-19531, and this is the first Fair Housing hearing. At this time, beginning with the tenant, if you could please state and spell your first and last name, and please speak slowly and clearly for the record. Ms. Harrison?
It is Shawana Harrison, Shawanda, Harrison, Harrison.
Okay, thank you. And landlords, can you please state and spell your first and last name, and please speak slowly and clearly for the record?
Yes, my name is Diane Gray, Dianegray.
Okay. And Mr. Cooper?
I think he's having technical issues.
You don't have him on the phone anymore?
I have him on my phone, yes, but let me see. I'm on my headset, so no, I just hear you on here. Let me see if I can change it to my computer. I don't know, so you guys can hear him. Sam, just spell your name out. Say your first name, last name, and spell it out.
First name is Samuel, Samuel. Cooper is my last name, Cooper.
Okay,
and I'm a
thank
junior.
you.
Yes, they heard you.
And I'd like to swear the parties in. If everyone can please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Mr. Cooper?
They said, do you swear to tell the truth and the whole truth, so help you God, Sam?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. And Ms. Harrison? Ms. Harrison?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Yes, I swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth. God.
Okay, thank you. The commission has 3 rules for today's hearing. First, do not speak over or interrupt each other, and do not speak over or interrupt the commissioners. Each party will have an opportunity to give testimony and present evidence. Second, please do not use generic phrases such as he said and she said. Please use tenant stated or landlord stated or Ms. Harrison stated. This will keep the record clear. And third, when referring to a date, please give the complete date, including the year. For example, please state the date as July 4th, 2024. Don't just say in July or last year or just in 2024. The commissioners present today are Commissioner Baez, Commissioner Brunson, and Commissioner Sang. Thank you.
Hi, good morning and welcome to the Fair Housing Commission. Can all parties hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
So just for the procedure today, this morning, we're going to be hearing first from the tenant, given that the tenant brought this case before Fair Housing, and then the landlord is going to have an opportunity to respond and present any additional evidence. Ms. Harrison, you
Yes.
filed this complaint with Fair Housing Commission on December 27, 2024. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and for the
That's about
record,
right.
can you please state the property address that we're here to discuss?
The address is 3136 West Montgomery, Montgomery Avenue, Philadelphia, PA 19121.
And according to the complaint, you are living in apartment number 2?
Yes.
Okay, and are you still residing at the property?
Somewhat.
What do you mean by that?
With this ongoing situation, that's going on, I have been staying like back and forth from my dad's house to a hotel or there because I don't feel comfortable there with this fire issue hazard going on.
I understand. So, but at this current time, you still have possessions in the property?
Yes.
Okay. We'll move on. We'll get into a little bit of that information, but for the sake of time, I'm going to continue to ask you some additional preliminary questions, okay?
Okay.
According to the complaint, you moved into this property in October 7, 2022. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And what is the monthly rent?
$825.
Okay. And when was the last time that rent was paid to the landlord?
October 2024.
Okay. And what have you done with the rent since October of 2024?
Put it in my account.
Okay.
They
So
said
right,
escrow, but it's in my account. Yes.
so right now you are withholding the rent for the month of November, December, January, and now February?
Yes, if you want to say that.
Okay. No, what is going on? Are you withholding the rent for those months?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Have you presented the commission with evidence of your withholding account?
Not as of yet.
Okay, I would ask that you do that once we are done with this hearing, okay?
Okay.
All right, moving forward, have you been provided with a certificate of renter suitability by your landlord?
I believe so. Yes.
And when was that done?
That was done in this January. They gave it to me in January.
January of when exactly?
This year.
Okay.
This
So
year.
January 2025. Do you recall a date when that was done?
No. They had just got it because this whole time they didn't have their rental's license. They just had their rental's license.
We'll discuss that matter once we get to the landlord. Right now, I just need to understand exactly when did you exactly receive this certificate of renter suitability. If you're not sure, we can move
Just
on.
January of 2025, yes.
Right,
I
but do you
can't
have an
give you a
exact
specific
date when that was done?
No.
Okay. Do you recall ever receiving a Let's Safe certificate?
Yes.
And when was that done?
All this was just done in January.
So the Let's Safe certificate was also provided in January of 2025.
Yes.
Okay. And according to your complaint, you pay the landlord a security deposit of $825. Did you also pay the landlord last month's rent?
Yes.
Okay. So to your knowledge, is the landlord holding a security and also last month's rent?
Yes,
So that would mean that the landlord currently from your perspective has $1,650.
yes,
Okay. All right. You filed this complaint alleging two things. You are stating that your landlord retaliated against you for reporting complaints about, I'm sorry, for reporting repair requests in the property. And then you are
yes,
also stating that your landlord is trying to end the lease due to your request for repairs.
yes.
Okay. What is it exactly that you're asking the Fair Housing Commission to do today?
So when I first had brought the situations to my landlord, when I first noticed that the lights were flickering on and then they wound up just turning off the first time in my kitchen, um, that was back in September of 24. Um, I stated to them this is the problem that was going on. Again, let me state this for the record because I don't have landlords that are slum landlords. They will get the job done.
So, Ms.
I
Harrison,
just
I'm
believe
sorry. I don't want to be rude, but I just need to understand exactly, before we get into the heart of your
so.
argument, I just want to understand what is it that you're seeking today? What is it, the ultimate goal that you wish? And that has to be concise
I
before we get into your
I
testimony.
want I want them to fix the problem that's in the apartment, which is they don't really know, you know, what is causing my lights to go off in the kitchen and the bathroom now.
Okay.
Because it was just the kitchen and now it's the bathroom going out as well.
Okay, I think I understand exactly what you're saying right now. So going into that at this time, then, could you please state exactly what are the repairs that you have told your landlord need fixing in your unit? And can you start by providing a date when you told your landlord that you were having an issue in your apartment?
It was about around September 21st of 2024. I want to say September 21st or 23rd of 2024. I stated to them that the lights were the lights went out in the kitchen. That was the first time that the lights had went out in the kitchen. Um, it was nothing done. Then it happened again, and it was like, okay, well, the panel box looked fine, whatever, whatever. Okay, then it happened a third time, which was, I believe, in, December. And then that's when they finally came, and was like, well, we're going to have the work done. That was it. Now the man did come. So
Okay, so
in
let's just step back
all,
for one moment. I'm sorry. Let's just step back for one moment. So you told your landlord that you were having electrical issues in your apartment. Initially, you
yes,
stated that you did that in September of 2024. Did
yes,
the landlord, how did the landlord respond? And by that, I mean, did the landlord send any contractors to the apartment to
no,
review the issues that you were reporting?
no,
Okay. So when did the landlord eventually send someone into your unit to assess the situation?
December of 2024.
So December was the first time that your landlord sent someone into the unit to take a look at the issues that you were having?
Yes,
So prior to that, the landlord nor any contractors came to your unit to take a look at what was happening?
no,
Okay.
no,
And have you contacted licenses and inspections?
yes,
Okay. Fair Housing Commission does have a report from LNI. That report number is CF 2025-000493. According to the report that we have before us, there were four violations found relating to doors, carbon monoxide detection required, fire extinguishers, and periodic testing. To your belief, were there any other violations that the LNI found?
no,
Okay. I would also like to state for the record that the commission has received confirmation that the violations have now been complied with as of, just bear with me, just find that report.
yesterday.
That is correct. The resolution date on the case number that I previously stated, the resolution date is February 10th, 2025.
Yes, and they have another open fire safety case.
So we do not have that case at this time. We only have the case that I referenced earlier.
Oh, okay. No, well, 311 has it.
Okay, we do not. So I cannot make any.
Okay, that's fine.
We cannot go into that case given that we do not have it before us at this time. Ms.
Okay.
Harrison, you also stated that your landlord is ending your lease without good cause in retaliation for you making repair requests.
Yes.
Just give me one moment. The lease that we have for you, it was a yearly lease that went into a month to month.
Yes.
So right now you are in a month to month tenancy. Okay. According to you received a notice to vacate from your landlord. And that was done in
Yes.
December.
Yes.
And do you recall exactly what the letter stated?
No, I don't recall what it said. I don't recall what that statement said.
Okay, according to the letter that we have that you've submitted, it states that the notice to vacate is due to a breach of tenancy, failure to honor the terms of your lease. For this reason, we have decided to not renew your lease. And
Okay.
we are having it on we're having the notice to vacate on the screen. So your position is that your landlord issued you this notice to
Well,
vacate.
they wanted me to leave. They wanted me to leave prior before that letter came. You said that letter came in December. They wanted me to leave in October, but I guess they couldn't really fully put me out because they didn't have their rentals license. So then when they got their rentals license on the 12th of November, that's when December it came to notice to vacate.
Okay, I understand. Do any other commissioners have questions for Ms. Harrison before we move on to the landlord for a response?
I'm sorry, I think I may have just missed this. Did she speak about the lead? She received lead?
The tenant stated she did receive a lead safe certificate in January of 2025.
Okay, thank you. I have no other questions.
Ms. Harrison, you'll have another opportunity to give any additional remarks after the landlord speaks. Ms. Gray?
Yes.
Okay. You heard the testimony of your tenant. Before we get into that, I would like to ask you, is there a license to rent for this property?
Yes, there is.
Okay, I believe that the commission has been provided with a copy of a license to rent.
Yes.
That license to rent was effective November 12th,
Yes.
2024. Okay.
Yes.
A license prior to November 12th, 2024.
Yes, that is correct.
No, I'm asking you, was there a license prior to this date?
No.
November 12th?
No.
Okay. You also heard the testimony of the tenant regarding the lead safe certificate.
Yes.
When did you deliver this document to the tenant?
We delivered the document to the tenant in December of 2024. We had the lead safe testing done, as you would see in my text messages to Ms. Harrison, that we arranged for it to be done in September, but we were unaware. If you see that very first text messages, I made arrangements with her and we got it approved in September because that's when it was our deadline. So we just didn't know that they needed to have copies of it. So we, after talking to you guys, we gave them copies and made sure all of the tenants had it and had signed it. We had already told them that it had been passed.
Thank you. But just for the record, I need to understand exactly when did you deliver this copy to the tenant?
December of 2024.
Okay. Is there an exact date in December that you delivered it to the tenant?
I'm not sure of the exact date.
Her testimony was that she received it sometime in January, and you're saying December.
Well, as soon as I heard from you guys, so your first reach out to me, let's see.
Okay. I just
Let
need
me
to have
see.
a date
Okay,
from your perspective. When did you deliver it to the tenant?
let me see. So the first reach out, well, I'm gonna say if I sent you guys a text, this is between there, we made sure that she had that. So I would say before I emailed you guys with that. So I would say if I emailed you guys on 1/27, I would say then after I heard from you guys, then we made sure they had copies. So I would say, I don't have an exact date, but I would say January of 2025, it would be accurate. I don't know the exact date. My brother actually delivered it
Okay.
to her.
When did you, I'm sorry, deliver the certificate of renter suitability to the tenant?
That was done in November of 2024,
And how
as
did you,
soon as received.
how did you deliver it to the
He
tenant?
hand delivered it.
Do you know?
Samuel Cooper hand delivered it.
Okay. So then we can ask Mr. Cooper on regarding that, but before we got into that, okay. So then let's ask Mr. Cooper. Mr. Cooper,
I don't think he can hear you. He's having difficult.
he cannot hear me.
No.
Can he?
He's on my phone, so I don't know how to just change it, the audio to my computer so that you can hear him or he can hear you. He's having difficulty with the audio. I don't know how to switch it like to my computer. Maybe if I turn the headset off, let me see. And then maybe he can hear you. Bear with me for 1 minute, please.
Okay.
I'm gonna see if I can switch it to
It was January 15th.
I'm sorry, Ms. Harrison. I understand that you want to provide a date, but at this time, let's just allow the landlord and her
Okay, I'm
witness
sorry.
to proceed. And then you can, when it's your turn to come back, you can elaborate on that date, please. Thank you.
I'm sorry.
No,
Sam.
you're fine. Thank you.
Yes.
Click on your, because it's not, let me see. Wait a minute. Let me see. I'm changing it to my computer. Let me see. Okay, hello?
Yes, I can hear you, Ms. Gray.
Okay, so Sam, can you hear him now?
Yes, I can hear.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, Mr. Cooper, we would like to understand from your perspective, from your personal knowledge, when was the certificate of renter suitability delivered to the tenant?
It had to have been, I don't have the exact date that I delivered it, but I did deliver it. It had to have been the early part of January. I don't have an exact date.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ms. Gray, I'm going to return to you then. The tenant also stated that the last time that rent was paid was back in October of 2024. Is that also correct from your perspective?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And the main issue that the tenant is stating is that you are trying to retaliate against her for reporting repairs. What is your response to that allegation?
That is an untrue statement. We have always been very attentive to Miss Harrison's needs and anything that goes wrong in the apartment.
Okay, so then let's just be more direct, and specifically the repairs that she made to the Fair Housing Commission was regarding the electrical issues that she was having. Her
Correct.
testimony, from my understanding, was that she reported these repair requests back in September of 2024, and that nothing was done until sometime in December.
That is an untrue statement.
Okay, so
If you look at my text messages that I sent from November the 30th, as you can see in any of the back and forth text messages, starting at September the 11th.
So let's just go a little bit more, just for the sake of the record. When
Okay.
did you first learn about the electrical issues in the property?
November the 30th.
So your testimony is that in November, you first learned about these issues.
Yes.
Okay. And then since learning about these issues in November, what did you do?
I text Miss Harrison to ask her the very next day to ask if she would be available. That is also in the text messages starting November 3rd. There was no response. I called Miss Harrison to ask her if she would be available. There was no response. I texted her again and asked if she would be available. There was no response.
Okay. When was there ever a response then, from your perspective?
There was, I believe that there was another complaint. She mentioned it. I believe that Samuel came over for some other reason, and then she talked about that electric. So then we said, okay, let's schedule an appointment to get someone to come over to address the issue.
Okay, and was that ever done?
Yes, this
When-
was done. I sent texts on there. Okay, I'm just looking back to all my emails that I sent. Okay. Okay, the very first electrician came over on January the 2nd, 2025. I have included in my evidence his the draft of his invoice and how much was paid. $1,000 was paid to update all the electrician in the building. This was January. Okay, he rewired. He did a dedicated wire for the refrigerator. He did a dedicated whatever to fix the microwave. So everything was done on January the 2nd.
Okay. Then from your perspective, are there any outstanding issues with the electricity in that unit?
No. We also had, now, what transpired was she said that when she plugged the microwave up, that there was an issue that it threw the circuit breaker. At no time is she out of electric, because all she has to do is switch the switch over and all of the electric comes back on. But what we did was have yet another electrician come over, because there was difficulty with back and forth words when the first electrician came. We had another person come over on
for the sake of clarity.
Okay.
I don't understand. Are you saying that when was there another second electrician who came to the property to
February 4th? And that was Stan.
So then after the initial electrician, there were other issues that continued to happen, and therefore a second electrician came out to the property.
Yes, Shawanda advised that, not Shawanda, Miss Harrison advised that there was some lights that went out in the kitchen, again, in the bathroom. So we had another electrician come out on February 4th. Again, all that needed to be done was click the the switch over, and the lights came back on. Before leaving, we made sure all the lights were working. We asked Miss Harrison about the microwave. She advised us that she doesn't even use the microwave, and she was not concerned about the microwave.
Okay.
We tried to
So
address.
let's not get too deep into that. I just would like to understand, from your perspective, are there any other issues that you are aware that need to be fixed in Ms. Harrison's unit?
There are no other issues, and we made sure.
From your perspective, there are no other issues at this time?
No.
Okay.
Everything is working properly, and there are no issues on the first or third floor.
We're only here to discuss Ms.
Yes.
Harrison's unit, no other unit.
There are no other issues.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to any commissioners have questions for the landlord?
I do not.
No,
So let's go back to Ms. Harrison.
Yes.
Okay, Ms. Harrison, you heard the testimony of the landlord. Her position
Yes.
at this time is that there are no issues that are in disrepair, specifically
Can I
pertaining
state
to the
something?
electrical unit. Sorry?
Yes. You're asking me a question about that. Can I just state something for the record?
Well, what is it that you wish to state?
Because she's saying that the electric, it to confirm this, it was never anything wrong with the microwave. They had everything on one line. That was the violation. They had everything plugged up to one line that was causing the things to go out in my apartment, which was the stove, the microwave, and the refrigerator was all on one line. That's why it was a violation.
Okay.
When the
So, but my question to
electrician
you is
came,
now, go on.
when the first electrician came and did the work, he did take the refrigerator off that line and never fixed the issue. I don't use a microwave for my own personal reasons. Yes, I do have it. The line that he ran still was causing problems to this day, to the point where though they told me they didn't even feel comfortable with that electrician anymore, that they had someone come out. Now, I have read, I have seen the documents to what they have submitted. My thing is this: the electrician that they keep having coming out is not registered electricians. When
Okay,
I ask
so,
for
Ms.
their
Harrison, I'm sorry.
credentials,
Can you hear me?
yes,
I just want to clearly understand exactly what the issue is, and I don't believe I'm getting any clarity from you at this time. I need to
the
understand.
issue is that it's still
Ms.
going
Harrison,
on
okay.
with the repairs done.
What is exactly happening that you believe has not been correctly corrected?
They had an electrician come out and they said the electrician fixed the problem. The problem still happened, and I had to. That's why they got another electrician that came out, but he didn't fix the problem. So they said that it was a Pico problem. Pico came out and Pico said it is a landlord problem. So my thing is, my electric keep going out in the kitchen, in the bathroom, and they can't explain to me why is it happening after they had the electricians fix the problem. So the problem is still not fixed, which is causing me money because I have to go stay at a hotel. I don't play with electricity. I don't do that. I don't do that, sir. I'm
Ms.
sorry.
Harrison,
That's just me.
have you provided the Fair Housing Commission with any reports from Pico since the last electrician has come out?
Yes, it just was. Yes. Pico just, I just sent it to Mr. Fontaine, I believe, because
Okay.
it say his name,
Right
or
now,
Miss Hodgins. I'm not
right now,
sure.
what we are showing is that there was a Pico service technician yellow slip provided to Fair Housing Commission showing that on February the 5th, 2025 at approximately 10:30 a.m. It says, "We are sorry to have missed you. We were here to 118-117-237. You are Pico. Voltage is good. Refer to landlord. Please call." Okay.
And they said it's a landlord issue. That's what they put on there.
Okay. And did you provide this to your landlord?
No, I thought I was just supposed to send it to them, to you guys.
So then your landlord, you haven't told your landlord that Pico was there and that they're.
Well, Ms. Diane know that Pico was coming out because I put her on a three-way call with Pico. so she knew that they were coming out. They put it as an emergency.
So, Ms. Harrison, the only issue that I'm having with this piece of information that you're providing is that it doesn't state exactly what is wrong. It just says voltage is good, refer to landlord. This doesn't specifically say
Yes, because
correct with your
Ye-
electric service.
yes, because Ms. Diane kept stating
So,
what
Ms.
she just
Harrison, I'm
stated
just letting you know
to
that
you
this
guys.
is not evidence of there being an exact issue. This doesn't show that. So is there any other evidence that specifically states what is wrong?
Yes, I'm trying to send her the panel box of how the thing keep tricking. I'm trying to send it to, who do I send it to? You guys? Email it to you guys?
Well, if there is something going on that needs to be repaired by your landlord, first and foremost, your landlord needs to have that information. If it pertains to the case that you are here before us today, then you should also provide Fair Housing with a copy of that letter as well. But first and foremost, if you're having a repair issue in your unit, your landlord needs to be aware of what exactly is going on.
They are aware of what's going on.
So I'm just
They
letting you
keep
know, if
saying
you're
that
asking
the
me, who should
problem
I
is
send it
being
to?
fixed.
Okay.
They keep saying that the problem is being, so can I ask you a question? How can I explain to them if they keep saying that it's not, they just had a supposedly a licensed electrician come out, right? They said that he told them anything up top is a Pico problem. That's what he told Mr. Samuel. So that's why Pico was called out. I called Pico the day before they came out. And Pico said, okay, we'll come, we'll check our wires, we'll do what we do. They also informed me that they do not come inside of the home. That's what was told to me and told to Miss Diane. Miss Diane knows that Pico was coming out. However, they said they're wiring outside. Everything was okay. That's why they referred to the landlord. Again, the man that they had to come out, he came out. Stan is Miss Diane's boyfriend, so he wrote up whatever he wrote up. Y'all see the little card that they sent? It don't even have a license number on it. Anybody can just draw a card up. I got a card. I got something.
Thank you, Ms.
from
Harrison. I don't think,
Groundwork.
Ms. Harrison, right now, we're just getting repetitive testimony at this time. I don't think we're learning anything new exactly from this issue. I don't know if any other commissioners have questions of the tenant.
I don't.
Can somebody else ask a question? I also like this fair housing. Now I'm going to have to go higher than you guys. I see.
Okay. Ms. Gray, are there any other statements that you wish to make, given the testimony that your tenant has provided? She still says that there are still issues with the electrical unit despite the February.
There are not any still issues. In Miss Harrison's apartment, we've had 3 different people check. When they do come, Sharonda is belligerent. She's
Okay,
using profanity.
okay,
I'm going to stick to the facts as to why we let another person come. It had nothing to do with our confidence in the first electrician. We let somebody else come in to get another opinion because there was a confrontation between Miss Harrison and that first electrician. He felt uncomfortable coming back due to that. So we decided to say, let another person.
I hear voice audio.
Ms. Harrison, we're not gonna go
go
back and forth between the parties. If you two cannot conduct yourselves in a manner which is appropriate for this fair housing, we're gonna end the hearing.
Sorry, it was my turn to speak. I didn't speak while Miss Harrison was speaking.
So please proceed.
Okay, so the reason that we let another electrician come to the property because there was some disagreements before the first one. So to avoid any confrontation, we had someone else come in, check the box that he updated, made sure that the grounding was okay to address any issues of the box.
So when was that third electrician in the property? Because I only have 2 dates. I have the one in January and then I have another one in February.
Yes,
February.
Yes, and I said, Okay, I sent an email. The other person came. Okay, someone came on February 1st. That was Stanley Rogers. Then he said, well, maybe check the grounding. We were trying to weigh out all of our options to make sure we addressed any possible electrical issues. The third person was Anthony. And he went down the basement, he checked the grounding, he made sure everything was functioning properly. And just to make sure, we've had 3 different opinions of what it could possibly be to check everything, the grounding, everything. And then I personally called Pico because he said it had been windy days. Let's make sure the grounding outside was tightened and things of that nature. So that's the reason I personally also called Pico to say what has been done inside, that when we've gone there, everything was functioning properly, all lights were on. Could they check outside just to make sure that the grounding was proper? So Pico, I called them, and yes, Pico did come out and say that everything is fine on the outside, and we confirmed that everything was fine on the inside.
Okay, thank you. Do any commissioners have any other questions for either party?
I do not. Thank you.
No.
Okay, so then I'll just give you both one quick opportunity to summarize your points, and then the Fair Housing will take this case under advisement. So let's just begin with the tenant. Is there anything more that you want the commissioners to consider when we are deliberating in this case? Ms. Harrison?
I think she's gone.
I don't see her here.
Yeah.
Okay, let the record state that it appears that the tenant is no longer in this hearing.
I accidentally put her in the breakout room. She's got 20 seconds to come back.
Okay, thank you. So she is still in the hearing, and she will be returning to the main room.
One more second.
I see that, Ms. Harrison, you have rejoined the main room. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear
Ms.
you.
Harrison? Okay. We're going to give you a last opportunity to provide a summary of what you want the commissioners to consider when we are deciding this matter.
What I want from you guys to consider is just me. I'm a mom. I'm a mother of 2. My first and foremost is my kids, the safety of my kids. I'm just worried about, me having to go through this, keep going through this. Like, they had the electricians come out, that they're saying came out. I only seen one that did the work. And after he did the work, the problem supposedly had been fixed. And then what I just sent to Ms. Hodges or Mr. Fontaine, I don't know who email is that I just sent it to, on February 1st. I'm in the shower of just coming home, and the lights in the kitchen in the bathroom goes off again. I just feel like it's a problem that, my landlords can't understand what's going on. They're looking at the physical of everything is okay, the wires are intact, this, that, and the third, but they're not looking at what's going on. For is, if I'm telling you this, I'm telling you this for your safety, because this is something wrong with my apartment, and there's 2 other units in here. I don't ever want to have this on my conscience of my unit burning up, and I'm the cause of, or this apartment is the cause of some family dying. because the electrical fire is in the wall. We can't, something that we cannot see. We cannot see this. When that electrician came, he did not look at, he looked at the panel and that was it. Wires that's inside that panel box is all jacked up and stuff. It's like, come on, hear me.
Okay, thank you,
I
Ms.
made
Harrison.
another fire safety complaint because it keeps happening. It keeps tricking off. Why is it doing that? Tell me that. So from what I want from you guys, and this is what I have to say, I will leave their unit because God ain't got that in store for me and my kids to burn up. But however y'all feel, that's not my plan. So if you guys can give me 45 days, I will be gladly out their apartment. We don't even have to go through anything. We don't. I will, if you grant me 45 days, I will be out their apartment unit. I promise, because I'm already packing up to leave. Because I can't deal with it. I
Okay,
can't
Ms.
wait.
Harris, I don't know if we're adding any other additional information at this time. Ms. Gray, any final statements that you want for housing to consider?
Cool.
Yes, if you guys can please consider this, that Samuel Cooper and I are very fair individuals. It is never, this is our first unit that we've owned, and we're still learning. There is the most important
Okay.
part of us is everyone's safety. I would never, there is a young lady with a child on the first floor. We would absolutely never do anything to endanger any of our tenants. So please know that we have taken everything that Ms. Harrison has told us into consideration and made all necessary corrections. I want to say, in all of the proof that I have sent you, Ms. Shawanda stated in this initial complaint that she submitted a letter to us in September that she was no longer paying rent. As you can see in the back and forth text messages, that was not a true statement. As Ms. Harrison was talking about paying rent well after September and apologizing to us for not receiving it. Also, Ms. Shawanda
I
said
still was
in
paying
a
y'all when
text
when this
message,
was going
sorry.
on, Ms.
also,
Diane.
Ms.
So don't try
Shawanda,
to
One
use
person at a
it.
time, please. One person at a time.
I don't interrupt her when she's talking. Can I
We
now
are
talk?
making that statement known, and this is why I'm exactly stating that only one person at a time. We have to give each other the same courtesy.
Absolutely. And as I was saying, also in the text messages, you'll see that Ms. Harrison said, "Put me out, play the game."
Okay.
Okay, so she made that statement. Again, that is in all of my text messages that we went back and forth. We have corrected every violation that was there. We had fire safety has been done. We came out and became fire certified.
So we have all
Anything?
that information, Ms. Gray. I don't want to
Yes,
give
yes.
additional repetitive testimony. Okay.
Okay, so I
We
just want,
understand the crux of your argument.
yes,
For
so
this
that's my
time,
point. We have done everything possible to correct this issue, and we would never, ever put anyone in danger in our property. That is never what we would do.
thank you very much. At this time, that what we're going to be doing is that we're going to be asking you to join the breakout room while we consider this case and see if we have any additional questions from you both. So please join the breakout room when you see the sign to join.
Okay, thank you.
Harrison's not on yet.
Okay. In the main room, and we have both landlord and tenant here with us today. One question that we have for the landlord is, when I was asking the tenant testimony regarding security deposit and last month's rent, she stated that she paid $825 in security deposit and also paid $825 for last month's rent.
That is correct.
Okay, are you still holding $825 in last month's rent?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So the commissioners are at this time going to take this case under advisement. That just means that we are going to further consider the testimony and the evidence that has been provided. And once we are ready to issue a final order, we will communicate that to the parties. Okay, so with that, today, if there's any changes in the living situation, please do communicate that to us. But at this time, we're going to be taking this case under advisement. So thank you both for being here today, and we will communicate once we have an order ready to both parties.
Okay, thank you so much.
Take care. Have a good day.
You
Bye.
too.
You're free to go.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Okay, so I have